Trash to Cash podcast, maybe episode 80. I'm Dave, the NC Picker, and with me as always is, hold on, this guy's always sneaking up to the top, Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker, and Carrie, the American Pro Picker.
Proer. Or proist.
Proer
I am,
picker?
as
So
far as pro
would you
pickers
say-
go, I'm the number one.
So you're more pro than Dustin.
Now
Like,
that
that's
I'm getting
just
up
the
at the
main-
crack of 7 a.m. on the morning times on Saturday, I'm churning and burning and finding
Yeah,
deals and
he
steals.
sent me a message at the crack of dawn, the crack of like
yeah.
9.
I was like, how are you doing? And he wasn't even awake.
Oh, that's not true.
So you were officially like getting out of bed and going sourcing.
Yeah.
dude,
This
I
is
found-
something like
you
it's
should go-
a New
you
Year's
should-
resolution
Yeah.
or
No, I'm taking things serious. I'm sick of you kind of guys,
Okay.
thinking you're better than me, and you're not better than me.
yeah.
You're
No, I
just
mean,
as
and it wasn't
good as
even.
me. We're the same. But
It has
we're
nothing
equivalently good.
to do with necessity. You know, necessity is the mother of
No,
invention. If
necessity
you
is
lost
also-
a
yeah.
revenue stream and
Yeah, no, that's
so
it.
it requires waking up
That's
early.
fair. That's fair. Yeah, Facebook did just decide to stop paying all of a sudden for
What's up
everybody.
with that?
So that's fun.
I'm starting to
That's
think maybe
insane.
no more short form content for me. I'm just like, why am I doing it?
Well, what's the point, right?
Hey, you know,
No one
Instagram
wants it
doesn't pay
anymore.
for it. Facebook
Yeah.
doesn't pay for it. TikTok barely pays for it. What's the
Yeah.
point?
Here's the
I'm just
thing.
gonna-
though.
Well,
Here's
especially
the
when
thing.
your
Don't
content's not good.
That's
Like,
true.
that's
I think
even worse.
what Dave's doing, because Dave's making buku money on those minute-long TikToks. I think that's a lot of the future. Is once they can give you enough, like if they get over a minute, there's actually a way for people to advertise.
Wait a
on it,
minute.
because
This
it's
Carrie,
enough time.
this is episode 80. Carrie on
Yeah.
episode 12 would have said that short form is the future.
Short form is the
No,
future,
short
guys.
form is the
You got to
future.
get good at making short form.
right.
If you can get good at that, you.
Carrie episode 8, what not is the
we're
future.
in.
Carrie episode 38, what not
we're
is
in.
pointless. Carrie
We're in the
episode 80,
business.
what not is the future.
We're in the business of adapting or dying, folks, and you got to adapt, or you will die on the vine. So whatever.
If
it
Carrie
takes.
ever gets a tattoo, it should be adapt. Like that would
Exactly.
make
That's
sense.
what it
for
is.
you.
Like honestly, being
your
in
mantra.
business seriously for 12 years that I've been
Yeah.
in business, all it is one constant adaptation. Every time you get comfortable, you got to do something different. But honestly, I still think short form will be monetizable in the future.
One of the
Now
things
it's
we
weird.
did in AP history, which I love, everybody loves this as a topic on a reselling web, but we would concentrate on continuities and changes. And so the
yeah.
only continuity
I
in
don't
today's
understand either of
world
those words, but yes.
is change. In other words, kids today, everybody today, they're used to change, and so therefore change is the continuity. It's just
Here's the thing.
it happens all
and
the
you
time.
would you're right. And here's the
Cake
thing.
was a
You would
lie.
yeah, it was a lie. That's true. You would understand this. Like back in the olden days, you would write, you'd get back from the hunt, Kevin, and then you'd write about your hunt on the wall. You'd do pictures. All that
Yeah,
is that
pictograms.
pictures, yeah,
hunt?
pictograms on the cave. Yeah, when you went out and
Oh,
got
we're not
woolly
talking
mammoths.
about
Kevin
the
in a
yard sale
loincloth.
hunt.
No, no,
We're
no. We're talking about Kevin in a
the real
loincloth.
hunt.
Somebody
Yeah,
Photoshop
chasing
that
mammoths.
ASAP.
The wall
ASAP with just
paint.
full body tats, because that's in a
Decoy
couple months you'll
caves.
have. No, but that's what TikTok is. It's just pictograms on a cave, but in 2023. It's
Yeah,
that's the evolution of
right.
storytelling. Deep,
Could we get an
deep
update
stuff.
on the Commonwealth Picker tramp stamp? Is that
Yes.
still happening?
What?
You were gonna get the lower back tattoo.
No, I was not.
That said, stickers are in here with an arrow towards your butthole.
I thought the Animan was going to be pointing down there.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get the Supply Hut pitch in before it gets ridiculous
Supply
this
butt.
time, and I failed. I failed.
We're a little late to start today because we were trying to get Kevin up to like a little bit higher quality mic and stuff, but his computer hates him, clearly. I even looked at the screen and it didn't make sense what his
Kevin-
computer was doing to him, so I have some empathy.
Kevin's
For
gone
Grandpa
markedly
Kevin.
downhill since his birthday this week. He's now a happy
Oh,
octogenarian.
yeah.
An octogenarian?
Octogenarian.
Octogenarian. Yeah, congratulations.
Yep.
Mhm.
86. 86.
His sixth anniversary of the 80s.
Oh my
He-
gosh.
Well, I was trying to do quick math to figure out when he was born, but it didn't work out.
77. I say it all the time. Best year ever, unless you're Elvis. So you should have known it by now.
My dad I think my dad graduated high school in 77.
Oh, well, that's good. So your
77,
dad is slightly younger than my parents are really young. My mom and dad graduated in 75, I think, maybe
I think
74.
that's right. I
They
think
had
that's
two
right. I think
kids.
77.
They had 2 kids before they were 20.
Wow.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Were you one of them? Or?
Yes, I was one.
Okay.
I was the second one of them.
That's good. That's good. Anyway, so Trash to Cash Podcast. This is our best reselling podcast on the internet.
That's what I hear.
And man, do we got some reselling to talk. First of all, let's start off with Carrie. Carrie has been killing it on Whatnot, doing spinning wheel gambling crap. Anything to convince people to spend more money.
No, you get an item, and then you can get another item. You can't just sell the spin, my friend. You know that.
Okay, so how's it work? Because I haven't been. I don't go to Carrie's Whatnot, so you got to tell me where it's at.
To be fair, this is the brainchild of Jesse at Yesterday's Fits. He had a wheel that he used to use back in the day for sports cards or something, or for T-shirts he was doing, and he's like, "Let's do the wheel. Whenever you get to $5, you can get an extra item." So a lot of the items have been going for $5 or more, so it's really helped. And we're adding extra.
And an
items,
extra item, and the item is on the wheel. Right.
Yeah, and so the item's either a sports card or
so basically
Carrie's used panties, like stuff like that.
Just random stuff.
The plush
that people
are
are
I
asking
sent
for.
You one of these.
Commonwealth
it's got to be
sticker.
This is
a good item though.
This is an Animaniac right here. This is a Hulk Hogan inspired.
No copyright infringement at all.
CommonwealthPicker.com.
No
we know what to say, sir.
Get your sticker, yes.
They're probably gone.
CommonwealthPicker.com.
So I don't know why I'm promoting.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? They're probably gone. He is so sure of himself. I love it.
So confident that you guys will buy his stickers. You know,
I'm jealous.
Well, no, okay, so what are you jealous of?
Dante's in. He's out there in L.A. WrestleMania and all. I see all this
stuff. Why would you ever be jealous of L.A.?
I grew up
WrestleMania,
dude. It's kind of,
Kevin's a big Logan Paul guy.
Wherever you grow
He's a big Logan Paul
Me and Carrie were just there. Yeah. I mean, L.A. proper. It depends on where in L.A. we're talking about. There's better areas and worse areas. So the card shop is Carrie's favorite in Burbank.
Yes, Burbank.
So
I'll just hang out.
Carrie's killing it on Whatnot. What else reselling's going on, Carrie?
Dude, a bug.
Well,
I think bugs are sneaking into they're like sneaking into the cracks in my garage door, right? And not only that, but the other day I walked out here and there was a little baby snake on the floor in here.
So this is your first spring in Florida, right?
Like living in the garage like I'm doing now. I mean, I basically live out here, and
but you've been there. When did you officially?
I moved in March. But I was still in like the moving process, and then I was going to Vegas last year, so I wasn't really like.
You weren't checking your crack last year.
Yeah.
Can you? Are you guys? Do you have light in the garage, or are you just trying to go for the creepy railroad conductor thing?
I'm going for the creepy railroad thing today. That was like a big goal of mine. I was like, you'll see the railroad's like a whole theme on the NC Flipper channel this week. You'll see. I've got a whole bunch. I'm not going to spoil it here, but let's just say Dave listed 100 items this week.
Oh my god!
All of them over $15.
Wow, how's that going?
And 3 Flipper videos in a row. My lowest ASP I think was $50.
That's crazy, dude.
That's today, crazy. My 17 order ASP was $69.
Nice. That's
I'm
way
like
higher
that
than me.
guy who makes a bunch of money and sells a bunch of electronics.
That's like $68 more than my ASP. So that's
the guy we met at Flipcon that everyone always. Oh, my internet's dead.
Oh, you mean
your internet's dead?
That you met or that we met?
My internet just freaked out.
Yeah, we met a lot of people.
I met a lot of people.
No, everyone always talks about how he sells super high end electronics.
I met the $1 million.
His ASP's $100. What the heck is his name?
Yeah. That's Harry Tornado's boy up there.
Yeah.
And, how come I can't think of his name?
He's the guy who went to Savers with Josh, right?
Yeah.
Was it Savers? No, the DI. He went to the DI with Josh.
Oh,
yeah. How come we're terrible people?
Oh, yeah.
Osborne,
he sells like pancake
mixer
parts, and they're like worth $1,000 because they're for
dude. I feel like him.
Fancy
$70
pancakes.
ASP.
Yeah,
Kevin, there's something to it. I'm telling you, there is something to this.
Of course.
High dollar item thing. It's pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
Especially with my amount of time, like to have 17 orders equal $1,100 tonight. Yeah. Versus normal, it's like I've got 32 orders for a grand total of $286.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nice. I'd take that.
It's a little different, yeah.
Now, can you keep that up? Can you source? Because you're sourcing your death pile. So my guess is
no. This is me sourcing my 2 latest weekends.
Last 2 garage sales. Okay,
The
cool.
last 2 weekends. So like basically, I mean, I pulled out a couple high end items from the garage, but the vast majority of what I'm listing is the new finds, and then like Whatnot is helping me. Get rid of all the stuff in my shipping container. So I'm using Whatnot for the shipping container, and then on eBay only goes up $15 and up items I get every weekend.
15 plus
and then
ship?
anything 15 plus ship, yeah. And then anything else goes into the shipping container or to Whatnot, and nothing's ended up back in the shipping container. I'm just putting it all through Whatnot at this point. So, like, the last 2 weekends, including this weekend, everything is listed except for I got this big pile of sealed VHS. Trying to be like Kevin and Rod, right? Did Rod tell you about this?
Was it terrible?
Yeah, it was terrible. I tried. I went yard selling with Picking and Punch, and he's like buying all these sealed VHS. Kevin's
he
talking
bought
about sealed
some good
VHS.
ones.
He bought some good ones, yeah, while I was picking up $4 DVDs.
Just like anything else, 95% of it is garbage, 4% of it is and 1% of it is gold.
Well, what happened was I rolled up to a garage sale, and they have like 5 boxes full of VHS. Probably 70% are sealed, all right? And they're all, and I know these are not worth buying. What's the worst VHS, Gary?
The worst
it's
VHS.
probably going to be like, I don't know, like Suzanne Summers, Thigh Master.
Like, this is the Beanie Baby guy. The
Bible.
Beanie Baby guy. So what's like the one thing resellers should never buy that's a VHS?
Black Diamond.
Yeah. Clamshell, Black Diamond. But they're like sealed. They're all like sealed. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
There's, I'll tell you what, you could also Whatnot those. If you got them super cheap, bundle them together.
That's exactly what I think I'm going to do. Because, like, so basically he wanted $2 a piece. And I said, how much for all? And it was like 87 of them. And he's like, well, what's your offer? I said, $50. And he said, sure. So it goes from like, I don't know, what is that? It would have been like $200 down to 50.
Yep.
So it's like 80 cents a piece, basically.
Less
and the majority of them are sealed. I think that, like, if I was auctioning off on my auction carry D3, brand new sealed, wouldn't you bid $3-4 on that? Because I have that brand new sealed D3.
Yeah, I would take
I'm
it. Matter of fact, you should send it
cheap.
to me.
I would do $1, then I'd be out.
Yeah, but
wouldn't you
I
want that? I want that.
That's cool.
I want
that.
that.
I have
That's
D2.
cool.
I have D3. Like, I've got a lot of cool movies.
Okay,
First off,
put them together.
I have strong opinions about D3, mostly that it's a lie.
D3
I mean, if it was
good,
D2,
bro.
no, give me a break. Let's talk about this. Okay, I'm sick
Eastland.
of this.
Wait, is that the Eastland one, or
I'm
is that?
sick of this.
Wait, hold on.
All right,
I'm
you
sick
talk
of
about
people
this.
saying
dumb
D3 is good. Okay. First
I
off,
liked D3.
We've talked about this, Dave, okay? They won the world. They won Iceland in D2. The best youth hockey
that was
team
D2,
in
okay.
the world, D2, okay? D3, they're
I'm
having
mixing them
trouble.
up, then.
They're having trouble playing varsity in Minnesota. Give me a break. It's a
Oh, that's the college one. Yeah, that one wasn't as good.
It's a joke, and I'm upset about it. I'm upset.
But they did all the pranks and the hazing and stuff like
Turn
that.
this
Like,
into
that
a
was kind of
short.
fun.
I want it known. Short it up.
Put it into a short. So,
no, but anyways, that's what I got.
Before we move on, I have to say there are a few Black Diamond that are worth money, and I know people are laughing at me right now, but it is very true. If you ever find a Black Diamond in a box, in a regular box, not in a clamshell.
Yeah, not in a clamshell,
There's Alice in Wonderland. There are some worth money. Not many.
What about this Cars sealed that I got on VHS? Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
any good?
right. No, it's terrible. Send it. I'll give you $5 for it.
If I was
Send
going
it
to
to
find
me.
that at a sale, it would have been this one, right? Because it's like, this is the kind of stuff. So I'm just looking, like, I got
Maybe.
Pinocchio sealed, I got Dennis the Menace sealed, Casper sealed, I got Oliver and Company, Jungle Book. Both Jungle Books. Apparently there was 2 of them. Oh yeah, second one.
you could have
Pooh's
just-
Grand Adventure sealed.
You could
Beethoven
have
the
just,
Fifth.
yeah, you could
These
have
are
just burned that $50
these are worse
too.
than
It would have
I
been
thought.
about the same, yeah.
What you just mentioned is worse than I
The
thought.
Rescuers, bro. The Rescuers Down
that's
Under
okay.
sealed. Richie Rich
Okay.
sealed.
That's
Oh,
not
Richie
Disney.
Rich, which is
film.
great, yeah. One of
And
Macaulay
also not
Culkin's
Disney.
best movies, by far.
They're not
honestly.
all Disney, yeah. Yeah.
So-
Well, and I got Richie Rich Christmas Wish. Have you ever seen that one? That's the second one.
Did they get Macaulay for it? 'Cause
I want a
only
Richie
watched Macaulay
Rich
too.
T-shirt. That's what
I gotta
I
watch
would be
the Home
cool.
Alone
Yeah,
with
because
that
you're
other
so
kid?
rich.
No.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
went-
there's. Go ahead.
No,
ahead.
I-
I'm trying to.
Don't
give some
let Kevin
knowledge
talk.
here.
You can talk. Go ahead.
So I'm trying to give a little knowledge in this craziness.
No,
So
I was about
there
to
are
unleash a whole boat.
a couple of clamshells that are actually worth a little bit of money too. There is a Pinocchio clamshell that's worth some money, a copy
Okay.
of it. There is also a Disney Dumbo with the pink back and pink spine that is worth a little money, and
I didn't get that.
and that's a clamshell that is, but not much. That's all. So there you
Okay.
go. Well, not much. I mean, I sold that
Well,
one for
Rod
$400
said-
back in the day.
When Rod saw I had Little Mermaid, he said if it's the one that's got the inappropriate cover, that one could be worth something, but it's not that one.
It's not even worth that much money. I mean, it could be worth 10, 12.
Sealed, though?
Well, okay, no, sealed still only 12, 15, 25 bucks
okay.
max. However, if you do have a sealed copy of that, that is flawless because most of the clamshell seals are screwed up because they're clamshell and they're very easy to puncture.
Yeah.
If you have one that's like mint, you could get that one graded and it could have a little, a few hundred value if it's like the best copy out there, but that's about all you got.
Yeah, and some of them do have some tears in the seal and stuff, so I get that. But they must have been like members of some sort of like VHS mail thing or something.
Well,
they just kept
maybe,
getting
but see, that's where the rarity of the Cars VHS comes from, is because that was sent out to those video club members, and it was the very last one sent out, and so that's why it is so rare. Most of the video club members had dropped off at that point, so there wasn't that many sent off because they were getting DVD.
Yeah,
I stayed part of that BK Kids Club. Do you remember the BK Burger King Kids Club, Dave?
Yeah,
you're still part of that.
I was a part of that.
I'm still part of
end.
Club Penguin. Club Penguin. Still,
oh, you are?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
No.
But no, I don't know. Carrie, how many auctions did you do this week on Whatnot?
3 maybe.
I did 3 as well. Yeah, I did 3 as well. So Kevin, we're both Whatnot kings.
So speaking of Whatnot, my buddy Mike here, Death Pile Picker, our buddy Mike, bought 5 of these things and told me to give them away on my Whatnot. That's what I'm going to do in May. So the Hulkamania one. Yeah, it's nice of them.
What day in May is your Whatnot?
I have no idea. Well, I do. May 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that.
It's like a Thursday, a Friday, do you know?
Probably
maybe a Monday or a Tuesday. Could be a Wednesday, possibly a Saturday.
Could be a Saturday.
Could be
a Friday. All these
could be
week.
a Saturday, actually, if there's guys are staying late enough. So we'll see. Who knows? I don't know.
Here's a gem I have. Angela Lansbury in Mrs. Santa Claus. Hallmark clamshell VHS.
There you go, dude. Your money's back with a profit.
Man, you might lose money on some of these. These are bad. There are some good ones in there.
Yeah, there's some good ones. I think I can get my $50 back.
Oh yeah,
I get my
probably.
I had a really good yard sale at the end of the day yesterday. Like the whole day was kind of so-so, give or take. But the last one, I walk up to this pile of shirts that Dawn's already looking at because she's always ahead of me, right? The real problem is I can't turn on my GoPro takes like a minute to turn on, which is annoying, and Dawn's already out of the car. That's my excuse. But she's looking through this pile of clothes, and it's all late 90s, early 2000s single stitch Marvel stuff. And the guy's like $1 a piece.
Late 90s? I thought they stopped with single stitch in like 94.
No.
They stopped with single stitch in early 2000s.
What do I know? Okay, anyways. So it's all Marvel?
Yeah, like Hulk, 1998 graphic, or I think it was called Graffiti Designs. I got a
double-sided or
double-sided, and then I got a Comic Con shirt from 2000. Just $1
How much?
Piece.
How many? How many? How many of them?
I picked up like 15, never been worn, all pretty much brand new. Then I
Have
picked
you
up some
comped these out?
comics. Yeah, I put the Hulk
What are
at
they
about
worth?
100. The Hulk's about 100. The Comic Con one's like 40. The other ones are like early 2000s, late 90s, but they're just like the symbols, the Robin symbol, the Green Lantern. They're not super colorful or anything. So I think those will be like 20 to, 60 a piece. But that was a good one. They also had a ton of statues, those kind of collectibles that you love. And he was really...
Wait, so did you say what you paid for the shirts?
$1 a piece.
$1 a piece. Okay. So it was one
much
of those
better
ones
investment
that was...
than the VHS.
It was tricky. Yes. It was tricky because he had comics at $1. I found some good comics. Those shirts were a steal at $1. But then he had all those amazing like $50 to $200 statues, Bowen Designs, Marvel Universe kind of stuff. But he
weren't they worth it? Oh, he wanted a lot.
He wanted just a tidge under what they were worth, and some of them.
Like how many did he have though?
Like 100 maybe, but like I don't know if I could have talked him down.
Did you try?
Nah, I don't.
Carrie's not going to spend. Are you kidding me?
I'm not going to spend that kind of money.
I spent $800 at a sale this weekend.
I'm not going to spend $800. I'm not going to spend $800 to make 12 though. It doesn't make any sense to me to make 12.
Do you think? Okay, so that's actually a great question. So what is the amount? Like if you had to spend $800 to make X, what's the X for you?
For me, it would have to be like $4,000 or $5,000 probably.
$4,000.
What?
I mean, like probably. Okay. I mean, to
spend $800.
Please. If you think about it, it's like, would you do an $8 to a $12 flip? How is it different?
Would you put $50,000 in a mutual fund in order to turn it into $55,000 in a year?
I don't know what a mutual fund is. First off, I don't know what that is. So no.
This is the
like I
number
have a mutual fund.
162 entrepreneurial podcast, and we don't even know what a mutual fund
We're
is.
167th for
People
a reason.
lose
We're
track.
not going up.
Making. And I realize there's work
What's
to
a
it,
mutual fund?
but I mean, 800 into 1600 seems like
Here's the thing.
a great
800's a
deal
lot
to
of
me.
money, though. 800's a lot of outlay. It's a lot of
Okay,
money to
so
put
there's
on
other
something.
factors that come into it, but those kind of things don't seem like they'd be hard sellers. So you find out, where you're at on the thing.
Look, if I had the Scrooge McDuck swimming pool that you have, Kevin, yes, I would happily spend 800 of your
well,
dollars.
maybe if you spend
But-
$800 turned into $1,600, you'd have $1,600, and you would.
But I'm too busy spending $800.
Cool.
I'm too busy spending $800 on $600 worth of sports cards. Okay.
That's so true.
Speaking of that,
So my 800 is a dollar investment should turn into 4,000. So I do think
realistically,
I
if
did
it was
well.
like 2,500, I'd consider it. That'd be like the bottom line, I think.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
800.
Well, okay, but Carrie, would you do 800 to 1,200 if you knew it all sell in a day?
Yes, but that's
Yeah.
very rare.
So that's what Carrie's thinking more is I need cash to pay my bills. And I can't tie up $800 right now, is what he's thinking.
Okay,
what I'm saying.
I got that. So, but if there's other variables involved. Then if it's something that the sell through rate is insane, so what?
Yeah,
What's
well,
it?
yeah, obviously.
2 days. I mean, who cares?
Or even if it's like I feel confident I could put that through a whatnot auction and make my money back within the week, I would be fine with that if it was like double my money. But the problem is with eBay, or if I felt like I could make my money back within a week on eBay or something, get my
You guys are in
capital
great.
back.
Like we're still struggling. There was 3 sales this week. That it was rainy, and so I had to pick 3. I mean, there's just not much
Dude,
here.
I am telling you, like, I was moving at this time last year, so I didn't go to these community sales. They are insane. I went to a community sale on Saturday, 77 houses participating.
There's so many here.
We were
too.
there
It's wild.
from like 7:30 until 12:30.
It would take
and there
me.
was still places we didn't get to. Like, we just ran out of time because
gotta-
I had to do some stuff
You
at
gotta
home.
move. You gotta move south. Okay, there's a lot of benefits. First off, the weather's
The
much
community
nicer down
sales
here.
in the spring are insane. And
Yeah.
and what's interesting is you actually have to pay to participate. So, like, you're not going to just do this community sale and put out 4 items because you literally had to pay $20 to play.
To sell something in your yard?
To sell something in your own yard in these communities, you have
Because
to pay
of like
$20.
the HOA or something? Or
The
like
HOA
everybody
makes you.
chips? Oh my
The
God.
HOA makes you, but here's the thing: the HOA uses the money to get like a food truck or something, right?
Yeah.
So there is like they're using that money for something. They're also getting your city permit, so you don't have to do that work. So they get your permit, they get you a food truck, and then
You
they
need a
make it.
city permit
Yeah.
to do a
Yes.
yard
Do
sale?
they have
Yes, you do.
somebody
I thought
patrolling
you
and
do.
Florida
checking
was the
this?
land of the free and the home of the
No,
brave.
in Florida,
Yeah.
you need to have your permit on display, and so if you
For
don't, people
any
will shut
yard
you down.
sale?
Yes,
Who's
and you can only do
checking?
2 a
Shut up.
year.
Who's checking?
You can only
The
do 2 a
patrol?
year, and on top of that, they can't start before 8 a.m. in my town.
I guarantee you.
That's
you
crazy.
can get to. I guarantee
This
you
is
can
the
get to
first I've
5
heard of
yard
this.
sales. 5 yard sales before anybody notices.
So
Yeah.
speaking of 5, I think I drove 77 miles to get to the 3 that I went to.
Really?
Oh, they
That's
you,
You have
around
to stop
here, you
and feed
ask
your
buddy.
horse like 3
Oh,
times.
he told me.
Ask your buddy.
He said he went to the first one. There was so many pickers there that he just left.
James
on Saturday?
River? James River.
Yeah, I think
See,
so, yeah.
Well, he needs to learn. Don't go to James River.
Really?
I mean, he just had to call me up. Go somewhere else. That's exactly. When everybody
Kevin-
goes this way, you go this way. It isn't that.
Kevin has Steve
Unless
or his
it's like what you're
dad
talking about.
check the yard sale before he even gets out.
Yeah, they vet it for him.
Hey, 2 sales
It's like
I went
Danielle
to,
from American Pickers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I went to these sales, and
Steve's
there's
hotter.
these donations, right? There's these
Yeah.
donate. It's like, okay, this is for the Marine Corps League. Like, I'm like, how much for it? And they're like, oh, it's a donation. I'm like, gosh, don't you know this is on camera? I can't lowball you when you want a
Yeah.
donation
Well,
for
you could.
something, And then I go to a church sale. How much? Oh, it's just a donation. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm begging them to give me a price.
Yeah.
So I finally go out, and I could have got this pile of stuff worth hundreds and hundreds for $20 easy. They would have taken
Okay.
it and smiled, and I'm like,
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't. I'm
Why?
like, because I'm gonna get tore up.
All right,
Yeah,
all the
because he's
real
filming
resellers
himself.
listening to the show, tell us down below how you feel about Kevin right now.
So what I did in the video was I said
Fake
to the camera,
resell.
I'm like,
Exactly.
all right, y'all. I just straight
Fake
up said
Kevin
it to
paid
the
more. Real
camera.
Kevin would have paid less.
No, that's true. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that is
and
true.
real Dave and real Carrie.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I don't
What'd you
know.
say?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you're full
lowballed
of
someone
it.
on something stupid this weekend too. Like I was doing a lot of lowballing this
I
weekend.
do hate that, like, give me a donation thing, because you can never pick the right
Yeah.
number. Because it's always too little. I feel
Or
like.
too much. Or too much if it's a hardcore reseller watching. They're like, "Why'd you give her 50? You could have gotten away for 20." Right? So you lose no
speaking
matter
of,
what.
I write this comment down because I did. Have you ever seen Honest Tim on my videos?
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen it. So I'm doing a deal with him, and I try to give him a decent price, right? And so one person, these are back-to-back comments. Tim needs to make money too, dude. You know, they're like, why you got a low ball your buddy? You know, Tim needs to make money too. And then the next guy says, I wouldn't buy anything from Tim. He's overpriced. Why did you buy anything? I'm like,
Is there a train going through the...
What the heck was that?
Sounds like Santa landing on the roof.
I don't know what
I think you might get abducted at any moment. He just left.
What is going on? He left.
I hope everything's okay. I'm starting. He looked a little bit concerned there for a second.
I guess we'll find out.
Now we get to see how the podcast goes when we don't have the host.
We wouldn't be on episode 80. I can tell you that.
We
much,
definitely
Gary.
wouldn't.
I think it was some punk kids.
Really?
With their like car with like the big speaker in the back, like just crazy. I wonder if my wife is texting me. She probably is. She's like, "Dang, kids!" Yeah, it's really weird because like ever since I started this new eBay thing, my bank account's going up, which is weird. I'm not used to it. I'm used to it just constantly in decline and like doing 3 whatnots a week plus doing like high dollar items on eBay. It's like eBay sent you a payout for $746. I'm like, what? Well, I've never seen that
How
before.
often do you get a payout?
Daily.
Daily, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're not all that big. Like yesterday, I got one for $24.
Right,
but yeah,
right.
I mean, some of the payouts are actually significant now. And then with the whatnots, I mean, I've been doing really well on whatnot, like at least $500.
Are you sure
in
this is a
auction.
good decision for your trajectory of your career here? You've made a living on social media being an okay reseller. You know,
I know. What's going to happen if I become a good one?
Yeah.
You sure you want to be competent at this point?
It's true. Yeah. It's true. I'm like, so I'm like a little afraid to read the comments. I probably should look at my latest comments because like, someone messaged me on my video from yesterday on my NC Picker and they said, I hope you don't read all these rude comments. These people really do suck here. On my latest NC Picker video, and I'm like, oh man, I hadn't read any on that. I wonder what they say. Maybe we should look. We could look today, and we'll see. Like, I maybe I'll need your moral support because people are telling me they're really bad. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I've had some ups and it's it is what it is, man. People are gonna be who they are. I did a video on Flipper. You probably saw it about all the people.
Yes,
that are
I watched
just
that
like,
whole
dude.
thing. You name dropped like everyone in the community. If you didn't get name dropped in that video, you should be offended because he name dropped everybody. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it to listen for your own name. That was really his play.
He burnt a lot of bridges on that one. Burnt a lot of bridges down.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean, listen, we can talk about that for a minute. So basically, Kevin was saying everyone resells their own way, and you shouldn't really be riding people or getting on them for reselling differently, right? Like some people will do it one way, some will do it another way. Kevin's going to sell Tupperware for $2.
I would
Carrie's
just
going to
say
sell cards for $1, and I'm going to have a $70 ASP.
You're kind of right. The bigger point was there you go. I tell you what, Dave, you're making me think about it. It's like
it's really interesting.
The problem is if you focus, because I think what you're saying is, if you really focus, I'm not going to pick this. I'm just going to pick this. You're going to find more of that. And you're going to look for it. Mm-hmm. It is a little bit difficult around here, and like I said, you can talk to your buddy Brandon, but I mean, I don't think it's impossible. But going back to that video, the point I was trying to make is everybody's circumstance is different. In other words, there's a point to be critical of somebody who's selling Tupperware lids trying to make a full-time income, right? Mm-hmm. I think there's a legitimate point there. But there are some people who aren't trying to do that. They're trying to make $400 a month for X, for Y. They want to buy a car. They want to pay off a debt, whatever. And so everybody's in a different circumstance. And that's the point that so many people miss.
Yeah.
And I get ripped all the time, like I'm somehow teaching people how to be full-time resellers. I'm not. I never have. I've been a
Yeah.
part-time reseller, and I've picked this way, and I'll continue to pick this way.
I
And
think
you know,
I think people forget we're just showing our journey as resellers, what we sell, why we pick it up. We don't necessarily tell anybody. I don't necessarily tell people to go look for the stuff I'm looking for, but this is
Well,
the stuff I find and the stuff I enjoy.
That's because there's so many people out there who are like self-proclaimed guides, right? And they are saying, "Oh, do what I do and you'll get rich."
I
and
mean,
Right.
do I
pay
have
for
a
my
course?
and
Yes, I
subscribe
do.
to my Patreon and do all that, right? But people bunch us all up into that category when a lot of us are just trying to share our life, share our
Yeah.
story, share our adventures with other people that are like-minded, and
Yeah.
it's just our sense of community, right?
and
It's not
on
just
top of
a
that,
training course.
it flies better with there's more people out there who are doing. There's a very small percentage of people who do this full time. Your audience is narrowed way down. Do I want to do videos about full time reselling? I
No.
don't. A, because I don't find it fun, and B, because the audience on social media would shrink, a ton.
Yeah.
I want to appeal to everybody, and I want to do it this way, and I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's fair. And to me, this kind of just like spiraled out of my control. I wasn't planning for all this to happen. I was in a Pittsburgh Pickers live chat the other day, and I was talking to AEIOU reseller or whatever. I can't remember
eBay.
what's
eBay
the
or
eBay.
whatever?
eBay. Yeah. Anyways, and he's like, I'm still trying to decide if Dave is a content creation genius with this reset thing, or if he just really wanted to reset his store.
You
And
know-
I'm like, I didn't even think about it. I just wanted to reset my store. I
Yeah.
didn't think that everyone
You
would
learned
want to
something
join in,
important,
but
though.
like,
People
Yeah.
will watch you for 20 to 30 minutes, repaint a room, possibly get carbon monoxide poisoning. I'm not sure if you did or didn't, but I was questioning it because you were getting a bit loopy with the fumes.
dude,
But
I got
honestly
real
really
messed
enjoyed
up,
it.
I think.
No,
By
I
the
can-
end of that video, I was in there for like, so I'm terrible at everything I do. I do everything poorly.
Thank
and
you.
so I'm up there and I'm
I try to
I'm
text that to
spraying
you
the
every day.
paint over my head and it's like falling. It was just like the movie Blade where the blood is falling down on you and it's like just paint and like I got to a point where I had so much paint on my shirt I took my shirt off so I was like shirtless spraying
Dude.
it and I'm just like
Could
covered
you,
in gray paint.
That
by
would
the
have
end.
been a great time lapse for your video. Just shirtless Dave covered in paint.
I was like, I
would've
should
loved
put on
that.
some like neon lights around my neck and stuff like ha.
But,
Like those
it
old-
was very good. I enjoyed those videos, and I still do. I mean, don't know why.
Like those
Dude.
old Putin pictures, where he's on the horse and he's topless, and I can see
Yeah.
Dave with the.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, or Napoleon.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah, just
Not Dynamite.
a
Kevin's
bunch
like a
of-
little Napoleon.
just
Oh,
a bunch of
right.
He kind of
a
is.
bunch
like,
of just a bunch
with
of
like
short,
a power complex. He's small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
hate
He's a-
Napoleon. Just FYI.
He's a short
He's
king,
jerk.
just like Napoleon on a horse.
yeah. But no, so what's interesting is like I didn't realize it, but everyone wants to like
Yeah.
watch me do this because they want to do it. If you look at those
Yeah.
comments, everyone's like, man, I've wanted to do this forever.
Yeah.
Man, I've wanted to reset my store forever. And then I've had people messaging me being like, hey, I took down all my listings, and they're sending me like progress pictures of their sheds like completely being redone.
Yeah.
Like I've got several messages like that where it like motivated people to just start over and just to like rethink their business.
I'm just saying,
and I
you
think
could-
that's kind of cool.
You could pivot into like some sort of course at this point about resets and resetting your online business.
Well, and so what's interesting is the comments are like, hey, I'm so glad I found you with your taking your listings down. I'm really enjoying seeing you rebuild your store. So it was not my goal, but a lot of people are like enjoying the journey. And I think that's cool. And so I also don't want to let them down now, right? Like this whole time I'm like, oh, I'm going to sell higher dollar items. I'm going to move this stuff on whatnot. Like now I got an audience to like
So how
show
are
that I
you
really can do
incorporating
this.
are you still doing are you talking about whatnot on your Flipper
Yeah,
channel?
yeah,
You're not
yeah. Well,
filming
yeah, I
it
have to.
necessarily, but you're like
Eh,
filming
actually-
here. I got to ship all this stuff out today or whatever.
So my Flipper video tomorrow for you and Kevin and Carrie, yesterday for everyone watching this is a journey, right? Like Friday night, it's literally got like Friday, the word Friday, and I pull out the camera and I start saying, oh, I'm going to the dance with Callie because she had like a little daddy-daughter dance thing. So I went to the dance and then I'm like, now I'm getting ready for my whatnot, and I did a little bit of a screen record for the whatnot and I put that in there. I mean, all that's like 2.5 minutes, right? And then it goes to me after sourcing and listing 100 items. and talking through that up till 1 a.m. basically saying, hey, I just listed the last item. Here's my expected profit. And then it's Sunday, and then I'm actually doing the eBay order pull, and it ends up being a 40-minute video.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a journey. I'm trying to make it more of like a journey than just like very run-of-the-mill what sold. I think that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I think it's going to work. And you're throwing in the trash to cash Supply Hut link.
Oh, yeah. Trash to Cash, Supply Hut. Yep.
Supply Hut, trash, number 2, cash, 5% off, supplyhut.com. Go check it out.
Let's talk about CommonwealthPicker.com because that's now a website. It's not just a big cartel.
Yeah. I've seen an increase in traffic for everything. Just simply, I did it. I've told you guys this. I don't know if I've said it on the show, but we talk about Facebook, but we don't often talk too much because this is shows on YouTube. But a lot of the Facebook people came over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
And so Facebook is a huge audience. Dave has a big channel. Carrie's got a big channel. I've got a big channel. And it's much more difficult on Facebook to get people connected. You know, they're not used to, check the video link below. They're not used to that. Yeah. I will say this one more time, Carrie. My demo on Facebook is far younger than YouTube. All right. I'll probably say it again. Just next time after you talk about
75 to 86.
And he's not going to say it to reiterate. He's going to say it because he keeps forgetting he said it already.
At any rate, I did this so that I could verbally say, because now the Flipper videos are now on Facebook for the first time, and verbally say CommonwealthPicker.com and get people to go over CommonwealthPicker.com without having to navigate and find it, because you're being fed stuff on Facebook. It's not like YouTube where you can actively seek it out. Facebook just feeds it to you.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit of a different animal, and it's had a lot of traffic, and a lot of folks, if you're listening to this podcast right now, came over from Facebook. Dave, did you post it in your Facebook page, this podcast?
I did, yeah. Actually, I never looked to see if anyone clicked it. Did you check that?
I did not, but the last 2 videos have been huge. I mean, 2 videos ago, that YouTube video is almost at 10,000. YouTube alone for this podcast is almost at 10,000. That's unheard of.
And it's not even good. It's not even a good show. Yeah. This is complete garbage, and you're wasting your time. But thank you for wasting it with us. We really appreciate it.
I
like
to
think that
they're the power that we've received. Yes.
Cleaning their own garage, sorting out their death pile, listing stuff, and they've just got our sultry voices in the background. Every now and then they're like, huh, that was mildly funny. And then they just move on with their day. Like, that's the audience, right, Carrie?
I got motivated. I got rid of half of my boxes that were falling down behind me. I still have the other half to do, but I got rid of half of them.
Also, is that just like an exposed light bulb up against the wall? Is that what I'm seeing?
Technically 2 of them. I mean, it's 2 of them.
How many lamps do you see for free or for $1 at yard sales every week?
Like all the time. I have most of them in my
room
because
I see
there's
people
no good
pick them
lighting
up. And I pick up all kinds of stuff, but people pick up lamps and sell them. Like, really, man, that seems like it's just hard. But I see people, Golden State Picker out there, he's always selling lamps and stuff.
I think the crazy lamp lady sells lamps.
I love lamp.
Me too.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love lamp. Yep. 282 people came over from Facebook to the last podcast.
Okay, and I didn't post that one. I didn't post that one in mine, and it was 600 the week before. You said,
you got 600, I got 200. His reach is just phenomenally large, guys. Exactly, in case you didn't know, Kevin's a big deal. This is important.
Just
speaking of big deal, what did you do for your birthday?
My family took me out to a wonderful restaurant.
Besides drinking,
yeah. I did.
Which restaurant did you go to?
It's called Perky's. On Route 29.
Is that one of those like Hooters type things?
Yeah, that's where you're trying to get us to go in Vegas, right?
It's weird around here because this place like literally a hole in the wall. They got license plates on the walls, whatever, and it is like the best steak, the best food. I mean, it's expensive for around here.
You typically don't want to eat at those kind of places. They're not known for their food.
So good. Oh, it was 5:30 and it was jam packed. We had to get a reservation to get in, and it literally is like a little hole in the wall bar. Weird.
I want to go though. I want to have the best steak in Podunk, West Virginia, wherever you live.
Yeah. You should come right up the road here, Dave. There's this house for sale, and it's this mansion with a beautiful view of the Blue Ridge, and it has.
But remember,
to get I think my mom is the only reason I'm getting views though, so I can't really leave her.
Has an extra house. And so Don and Carrie could come live with you
There we go.
on
you.
the property.
We need a place
with
to stay.
2-car garage, and then a massive RV garage. And then on top of that is a
I
a
want
1-bedroom
You
flat
gotta remember,
house,
though.
and then it has just a beautiful. You should.
How much is it?
800. But it's got
that's a
6
little
acres.
high.
6 acres.
Okay, Carrie, go.
No, you gotta travel like 80 miles down a back road before you even get to a bigger.
Oh, that's right.
back
Carrie's
road.
been here.
Yeah, I've been there,
yes.
and I swear it would be dangerous.
Yes, Carrie
because
was invited. Yes.
Yeah, no, Kevin goes like 65, 70 down those back roads, like going over bridges,
Like
Dukes
normal
of Hazzard
people.
style. It's insane.
Nah,
We couldn't
I'm
keep up.
sure I've seen Dawn drive. She probably goes 3 miles an hour. Like,
So, Dave, I'm headed
Exactly.
downtown Lynchburg. We went to Bootleggers. It's a
Yeah.
good place,
Yes,
which when
very
American
good.
Pickers come, that's where they go eat, since you mentioned them
Okay.
earlier. And I'm like, okay, I start driving. And I'm not a mile from my house, and I've already lost them. They're gone.
whoa.
That's how
Couldn't
slow
keep
they
up.
drive.
That's why you just got to give them the address and assume they'll show up at some
Yeah.
point.
I
That's
was
the
we
way
do
to
the-
do it.
finished with the appetizer.
We
before they
do
got
the
here.
hand signals. This is a right-hand turn. I think that's a left-hand. We don't know. That's why we get in a lot of wrecks.
They
We're
try not to
sure
roll
how
the
they
windows
work.
down because the plush fly out the windows as they
That's
drive.
true. At all times,
That's a
I
real concern. That's a reseller problem that's not talked about a lot. The fact that you can't open your windows or crap will fly out. Like ephemera is just like, shh.
Yeah,
Oh, that was from
exactly.
1915. Oh, well, there it
Those
goes.
World War I love letters just flying out the window.
That's a real problem I've
Priceless
faced before
history,
as a
really.
reseller. Dude,
Hey,
okay, go ahead, Kev.
Your
'cause I was gonna
buddy,
change
your
the
buddy
subject.
is using me. He's like
CVI thrifts.
Yeah, he's like a mini Dave, just exploiting Commonwealth Pickers.
Well, every time you see him, you go turn his camera off.
Well,
Like, what do you expect him to do?
because I don't want him to exploit me. Speaking of
Dave
It
exploitation,
didn't
does
work.
do
It
his
didn't work. He's
thumbnails
got a
and
1 out of
everything.
10. He's got a 1 out of 10 from you, Kevin.
yeah, just put
So
my name
he's very
in the title.
appreciative.
And what are you doing his thumbnails for him?
I've taught him how to do his thumbnails.
Look
yes.
just like a Dave clone. He puts
It
me
does,
in
yeah.
there. He's got Turner in the dang thumbnail, for goodness
Does
sake.
he
I
really?
want money out of this. So, speaking of money, that podcast that we don't mention their name, the
Cancel this podcast.
No, not that one.
Hmm.
the
Reseller
reseller
clickbait.
clickbait podcast.
Oh
podcast.
yes, yeah.
Did
What? Speaking of that, let's talk about that because
They-
you were on there
Yeah.
without permission
Yeah,
from
seriously.
us.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
From you? What about me?
Well, I mean, you have to get an agreement with us to be
Yeah.
appearing on another show since you
So,
belong to us.
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
What do you think I should charge these guys? Although
500.
he did. I hear he
500.
sent me a box of sealed VHS, so that might be the
Okay.
price that you have to
Okay.
pay. You want to put me on there?
Can I
Box
ask?
of sealed VHS
With
will be
Brandon's
okay.
thumbnail, is there a reason you look like a 70-year-old woman? Like,
Yeah,
what is
what's up
what
with
is
that?
happening with this
I'm
thumbnail?
gonna go look at this.
You
Can
look
you
like-
put that as a
Or
Yeah.
you look like Elton John, kind of. Like, I don't understand
It was
what's happening
freezing cold for one, and so I have like a jacket on, but I wear the fanny pack, and then I have a
that.
fanny
there.
pack.
I don't know
here.
if you can see it, Carrie. I was trying to show. Hold on, let me. I gotta share it a different way to show you. He looks straight up like a grandma. Like I'm not. Like you don't look like that normally, so it's a little bit confusing to
Yeah.
me why you look like a grandmother.
Jeez, well, thank you. That's very kind of you, Dave.
I
That's
asked
the
him.
yard
He
sale
said he
that
added the
was
grandma
stealing
filter.
Stuff. That's the one where his wife is stealing stuff out of the basement.
Yeah, well, he got accused of stealing, right? Look at
Yeah.
him. Doesn't he look kind of like a grandma? A little
Yeah,
bit?
he does.
No offense to the grandmas out there. Actually, grandmas, you all
I've
look
got a
better than
hood
Kevin.
on. It was chilly.
Yeah, he's a little chilly. Yeah, tell us what happened with the stealing. Did they think you were stealing or just
No,
Brandon?
I just had this guy who went upstairs and he's like, "There's people downstairs just walking out of here with stuff, walking out of here with stuff." And the last people I saw down there was his wife.
Is that the
so
one where he got the Alan Jackson standee?
I
I think it is. He bought an
Standee?
Alan Jackson,
No.
like the cardboard
It
stand-up
wasn't Alan
thing.
Jackson. It was George Strait, I think.
Oh, whatever. He sold it for $250.
Already.
So that was, yeah,
Wow.
already.
Nice.
So how do you ship that? I don't even know. How would
That's
you
a
ship
great question. I
That
got
sounds
no idea.
horrible.
Unless it folds. It's like a stand-up. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Terry.
stand-up cardboard.
Yeah,
Person.
cut
I
out.
don't know how you'd ship something like that.
Hey,
Seems
speaking
crazy.
of Trash to Cash Vegas Bash, we have the
Yes.
sign came in. Supply Hut, My Reseller Genie, and is it just those two?
Adam and
I think?
Eve. That's our
And
other
then
sponsor.
Adam
correct?
and
Adam and
Eve.
Eve.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Adam and Eve. Yeah. Hey, 58 attendees, guys. 58 attendees at the Trash to Cash
Really?
Vegas Bash. 58 total people.
And
Not
did you
necessarily
see-
all of them paid, but yeah, 58 people. So, and that's a pretty intimate event. So if you guys do want to go, if you're going to be in Vegas, it's in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us. We're going to have a lot of fun.
link,
We release an itinerary.
Listen, the link can be found on commonwealthpicker.com. Scroll down to events and you can find the link.
Yeah.
And while you're there, you can use my affiliate
buy a sticker.
link.
You could find the link also on AmericanArbitrage.netscape.com.
Dude, Carrie, can you mention our top tier Patreons? Because we have a new patron in the top tier, and I'm very happy to welcome Des Hardy to the top tier of our Patreon.
Des, you've made it. Welcome to the promised land. Welcome.
Des is an amazing supporter. I don't know if she ever buys from you, but she loves the plush. She loves the plush.
I think she's bought from me. I think so.
Yeah. Thank you, Des.
We have Biscuit Butt still there, right? Is he still
Biscuit Bill?
hanging around
Biscuit Butt? No, he's mad at you, so he canceled.
Oh, is he really mad at me?
Yeah, you didn't know he was mad at you? It's like a whole thing. It's about the weight loss challenge.
I am super out of touch,
Yeah. Sales by Tony, ABC Matt, Parker County Picker, Biscuit Butt is in there, Pearls from the Past, Ray's Heckfire Resell, and Rob Moreau.
I've been watching
and Tanya Arnold.
I've been watching some of Pearls from the Past.
Hey, Rob Moreau is back. He left us, and now he came back. Thanks for coming back, Rob.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Rob.
Shouldn't have left,
What did you say, Carrie?
No, I've been watching Pearls from the Past. They're doing like what sold videos and stuff. So
Been linking. Did you find him through our Discord?
Yeah, that's I think how I found it. Yeah,
that's how I found him too. Yeah, a lot of people do self promotion on the Discord.
Yeah, they do.
It's kind of cool.
I've met a lot of people. Some of them don't, Some of them
not a big fan
some
of
them. Brian Kloss,
especially that big and fun guy. He's
Brian,
not that fun at all. He's just constantly belittling my guy.
I'm getting stuff bribes. The bribe stuff keeps coming from those guys. I got another Philly hat from somebody else trying to get me to go to this game. So hey, I got this comment. Well, this isn't a comment of the week, but Harry Tornado kind of threw us under the bus here. Look at what he says here about Chris.
Typical tornado move.
Flip the world. And there's 36 thumbs up on this and 5 replies for the
I
last
did
video.
pin it. I did pin it.
Well, he shouldn't have done that. He's my Chris is my favorite reseller, he says. That's what he says.
And a lot of people hated Chris. We should talk about that too.
Right. And he says, and I'm not just saying that because he has a tattoo of me on his thigh, which is really, really
upper
weird.
Inner thigh,
upper inner,
which could be.
It actually just says Harry Tornado, and it's an arrow. It actually has nothing to do with Josh.
Exactly.
It's not
just
even
directions. It's just directions.
But here's the thing.
Harry Tornado is this way.
I thought I had some issue. Oh my gosh!
Trash to cast. 167 in the world for business guys. Good job.
Yeah,
or entrepreneurships or something.
He's got more hustle. He's got more hustle, drive, and creativity than anyone else I know.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
I can't get mad at Josh because he rated my Whatnot auction.
Yeah.
Was it Friday night? Carrie, has he done that to you?
No, he would. Maybe
300. I had 360 people in an auction. It was crazy.
Wow.
Nice. So you got to rip off far more than usual.
Yeah. Well, I usually get like 150. So, but that still was like pretty shocking to have that many people, and it was. They didn't really bid much, I'll be honest. I don't know how effective rating is in like the actual buying, but it was kind of fun to get that many people.
I think most people are just confused. They're like, "How did I get here? What's going on?
Why am I with this idiot?"
He is not.
Yeah.
People
not
just
the person
do what
I
Harry
like and
Tornado
leave.
tells them to do. That's just what it is. But I mean, this is Chris hustle and drive. He basically says I work 3 days a week because I want to be a big giant kid for 4 days. I mean, hustle and drive, really?
That's true.
I know. I did 3 Whatnots this week. Along with everything else I do, so I'm not really that impressed.
And you have
Chris.
a real job.
Yeah, I'm not that impressed with
we
his.
Didn't talk about
well, a lot of people said Kevin was a terrible, or Chris was a terrible reseller, and he was a jerk because he didn't want people to do returns on Whatnot. Did you see these comments?
I'm not seeing these comments.
Yeah. Well, and so they made a good point just about Chris being the worst, and Chris just let us know. Well, no, this is how we find out if Chris listens to the show.
Although Chris would fire back at these people, though he's not afraid.
He did fire back at them.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he was firing back. Yeah.
And speaking of,
it was pretty funny.
WBN. Walter Blake Knobloch. He is basically leasing. Did you see he's like leasing his YouTube channel? He's like, all right, people, I'm gonna lease you my. He didn't say lease, but he's like, send me your content and I'll put it on my channel with my audience.
Oh my gosh, really? How much does he charge?
Check it out. You have to do. I don't know what.
How much is he charging?
He's like, I got an audience right here. I'm not creating picking content. Give me your picking content. I don't know what the deal is. You got to contact him.
Interesting. I'm going to do it.
Think about
I'm
that.
Gonna do it. Hold on. I'm going to do that right now.
If you have a channel that's monetized, you could I don't
want his crappy viewers, though. They don't watch his videos.
Well, no. This is you just superimpose a Dollar Tree in the background of every garage sale video, and they'll watch.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was pretty smart, actually. I like the idea. He's thinking of ways to make the channel work.
Well, I'll lease out your channel for a video. Can I do that, Kevin?
Hey, I kind of did this with Flippy McFlipperson. Did you see that? I asked him at the Peaches to Beaches. I asked him to make a review of that Peaches to Beaches sale. So if people wanted to go, here's where I started. Here's a good strategy kind of thing.
But did you put that on Commonwealth Auctions?
I put it on Garage Sale Nation. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we got a couple new reviews on the podcast, guys, and this is a reselling podcast, but we do want to read the reviews, and we've got more reselling to talk about, so don't go anywhere because there's some really big news about reselling too that we need to think up.
Coming up, guys. Is eBay dead? We'll find out.
Forsaken Lord gave us this 5-star review. Awesome fantasy sketch. Please read me, Dave. I've never read this, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay, let's do it.
I have this awesome fantasy where the three of you do a sketch of 3 mobsters / bad guys. No, where did Kevin go? I'll wait for him to come back.
Scared.
Let's just quietly wait. He's scared. We're just going to wait. There he is.
I'm here. Just keep going.
He's scared to sleep with the fishes, is what he's scared of.
He's putting his pants back on.
Yeah,
that's totally... Okay, anyways. 3 mobsters / bad guys. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There's so many holes in his pants. Do they even count as pants anymore?
Yeah, he actually has to wear 2 pairs of underwear because things just fall out of the holes.
So many rips in those jeans.
Okay. A sketch of 3 mobsters / bad guys that's totally unlike your characters. The sketch could be related to reselling and how some people perceive us to be bad guys. Of course, the scene should be serious in a sarcastic way. I don't know why, but I truly believe you guys can act it out brilliantly. What does this mean, a sketch? Help me understand what we're supposed to be doing.
We need to just ad-lib a reseller mobster.
This sounds like a Patreon tier. Well, get us to do this sketch.
Yeah, that's
$500.
Yeah.
I saw a really popular TikTok of somebody imitating Gary Vee going to garage sales.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah. Yep, I've seen that one.
So maybe that's it. I still want. Here's a request for anybody who's coming to the Vegas Bash here. I would still like to have a Reservoir Dog scene with me and Dave and Carrie walking up, and then I was
literally Googling awkward family photos Vegas because I want a bunch of. Are any of you guys who are coming photographers? Because I want some ridiculous photos of me, Kevin, and Carrie snuggling and just doing ridiculous crap. Like we're in the same shirt and our arms are all going through the holes together. Some crap like that.
Yes.
I just want to have a whole bunch of awesome. Ridiculous. We can have our own Trash Cash podcast calendar.
Every kind of yeah.
I need someone in Vegas, not Carrie, because they'll never freaking do it, but someone who actually does things in Vegas. Find me a awkward family photo company because I want to go to a photo shoot while I'm there with these.
You've already got jam-packed stuff in there. I'm trying to have a little break.
Dude, we're doing a live whatnot auction at the whatever that place is, Jesse's place. Yesterday's Fits. And anyone who comes to the event is invited to come to the auction and hang out with us while we do the auction.
So I'm thinking of doing what you're talking about, doing a kind of a vloggy kind of thing, and doing a video from Vegas. I have 2 interviews lined up that I'm going to put out. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to take a week off, shut the store down, and I got 2 videos that I'm going to put out, but I need a third, so I'm thinking of maybe making 1 there.
You should.
Never done that
before. People like it. People enjoy that kind of content. Yeah. There is one really quick review. It says, "Poor Kevin from Stymie Claus. Great podcast. Listen whenever I can. Dave and Carrie need to let Kevin talk more. Kevin is the brains. Dave and Carrie are the clowns."
Well,
brutal.
I'll tell you, that's not entirely true.
Can you keep it down, Kevin? We're trying to talk.
Yeah. Stop talking so much.
I was surprised. Hey, could we talk about podcasting in general for a second? I know it's not
then we've got several reselling questions from our Patreon.
All right. So just really quick, did you envision? I know Dave doesn't think much; he just does, right?
Yeah.
I did not ever think,
a thought.
And I wanted to be a part of this because I think this reaches a different audience for me.
Yeah,
I did not ever think that podcasting for reselling could reach 10,000 to 15,000 viewers per episode. I never thought that.
Oh, me and Carrie are highly delusional. We were talking about 10,000 on the first episode. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The podcast is gonna blow your mind, guys. Remember?
Oh yeah, that is true. Yes, we need that intro again. I miss it.
That is a good intro.
Yeah,
It's just I
speaking
lost
of,
it.
the trailer for this podcast doesn't even have me in it. I'm not even
No,
in
it
the
does.
trailer.
It does.
No, it doesn't. It's got Harry
right
Tornado.
after. Oh, you're talking on the page. Yeah. That's true.
Which,
Well,
you
that's just
know,
because
that's
he's got
fine.
more draw than you.
That's
I mean,
true.
you can't really argue
I gotta
that.
give him credit.
400 people on my Whatnot auction. Okay, no. So Joshua asked this question on Patreon. He said, if you could find 100 of anything at a yard sale, what would you want the bulk lot to be? So what's like your favorite thing to find 100 of?
Same thing? Like multi-quantity?
Yes. Yeah, multi-quantity.
It's got to be one item. So basically it's one item.
No, I think it could be like a lot of VHS or a lot of sports cars or a lot of...
That's
You know, they
terrible.
could be it doesn't have to be the same card or the same
Definitely
VHS.
not Tupperware for darn sure.
Well, Carrie, yours is a sports card, right?
No, I want to do something different, but let Kevin's thinking, so let him do it.
I guess
I was giving him time.
one of my favorite things to sell is that's why I was so excited with Carrie's find is I love to sell vintage T-shirts. I love them, and
I
so
hate it.
T-shirts,
that
hats.
stuff.
I just love them. I mean, I
Different
like
when
all
you're
kinds
paying.
of stuff.
It's different when you're paying Rally Roots like $700 a T-shirt. I'm buying them for $1.
Yeah.
Kevin's
Dude,
Kevin's
did I tell
finding
you,
fire on a
Kevin?
wire.
And I know some people watched my Flipper video where I talked about this, but I don't think Kevin heard this. That guy who was upset about buying those shirts for me on Whatnot, the Rally Roots ones, he wrote back and he said, hey, I definitely want to return them. These are garbage. They really should just be thrown out. They're in such bad condition. I'm like, please do not throw out these shirts.
Please don't throw these
Please,
shirts
they're
out.
very valuable shirts. You can sell them on eBay for 3 times what you paid for them. Like, send them back to me. Do not throw them out. But that was... All my commenters think he's fishing for like a partial or something and doesn't even want to send them back because I haven't heard from him since. So
When in doubt, tell him to send back the item for a full refund.
That's what I told him.
Just what you
That's
did.
what I told him. I said,
That's a
"Send it back."
great catchphrase, Carrie. You should use that.
I can't-
When in
Put it on the
doubt-
back
I
of
actually
the
I got
coffee
it from Philly Flipper. Actually, that's where I learned it from.
He did a parted out one
I
too. He
bought
got a
a-
lot of good phrases.
I
like
did
that.
find one of these things. I walked into the sale, and I probably wouldn't have done this except for I got a YouTube channel, and I'm like, you know what? What the heck? Let's buy them all. Brand new shoes. They're uniform shoes
Okay.
for like band members and stuff like that. And there was 50 of them, and I'm like, how much you want? Whatever. And like, I'll buy every single one. So I loaded my car up with like band member.
But that's a recency
Glossy.
bias, right? Like that's not your fantasy find.
No, of course not. Of course not.
So what is
Band
like
shoes.
band shoes? If I can find a lot of band
No,
shoes,
it would be-
I
oh
love
doggy!
trumpets. Flutes
To
are
be
my
honest,
favorite.
though, I mean, there's nothing like finding a multi-quantity
It's
item.
shirts,
That's the
right?
exact same item, though. See, the shirts aren't that. I would rather find 100 of the exact same item. That's one
Dude,
listing,
call me
man.
old-fashioned, and I know they're not really worth a ton, but there's nothing that makes me as happy as
Save on?
finding video games. No, like just a huge lot of
Depends
video
on
games. I
what the
just love
video
it.
games
No,
are.
I know they're not all valuable. I know the majority aren't very good anymore as far as value goes. Like, if you find a bunch of Wii games, there's gonna be very few that are big, worth 15 plus. There's some obviously any system, but like to go and find like your mega haul where you spent 800, you just closed out the profit sheet, Kevin, on it. You spent 800 and you made, what'd you say, 4,000, 3,000?
That's 3,800.
People watch that because like that's one of my like fantasy finds is to just go and find all that awesome
That
video
was
game stuff
nuts.
because I love video games at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So like,
and it
that's
took
cool
up
to me.
like this much space, and I made $4,000 off the deal.
Yeah.
You can't beat that stuff. And I had
Exactly.
one that a Commonwealth Classic video that posted the other day was another one of those. I probably made $800-900 on it, not that much, but it was. I mean, you can't beat those finds.
My big buy this weekend was Lionel trains, right?
Yeah.
$800 worth of trains, like
Were they all boxed up and nice and neat?
all boxed, all perfectly neat, all cataloged.
I wonder who sells
some are
those.
brand new.
Like they
it's
collect them their whole life.
As
and
an
they're like,
elderly man, he's been collecting his whole life. He moved down to Florida, and he just doesn't have space to put it up. And he said he's been sitting in a garage for the 3 years he's lived down here, and he just can't justify keeping it anymore. And we made a deal, and it was like I said, like 87 of them or something like that. And I've got one piece that's potentially worth $400-500.
Ooh,
just for
should have
one
paid him
piece.
more. Are you going to go back? Do you have his address?
No, it's not enough profit. What are you talking about? I'm not Kevin the Commonwealth Picker. I'm actually going to go ask him for a refund. I'm only going to make like $3,200 from this crap.
These ladies, I'm sitting here looking at this thing, and they're like this church ladies, and I've got these boots here, this leather jacket that looks like it's straight off of,
Leather Daddy Kevin.
It's like a motorcycle jacket from like the 50s, man. It's killer. And I'm like, what am I supposed to offer these people? I don't even know what this is worth. This pile could be worth 150. It could be worth $500. What am I supposed to offer them? I've settled on $60, and they were overjoyed with it. I'm like, I should have said 50.
We got 2 packages in the mail. The Trash to Cash podcast did.
Oh wow!
I just remembered this. The
them?
first one, they sent them to me, and they also, Kevin, someone sent me a giant box of sports card and said, "Please give this to American Arbitrage." And I'm like, "What are you gonna do with this?"
Take it in the plane with you, don't you know?
It's like, yeah, I couldn't bring my carry-on because I've got these these sports cards are worthless, by the way. They're all 90s wax junk era, but
that's my favorite.
Carrie's excited about them. But the second one is from Grams and Pops Vintage. I'll get it. You talk. Say what you were going to say, Kevin.
I wouldn't. What was I going to say? The second one was, well, I don't know what I was going to say.
I'll tell you this. This is what I would want. Everybody thinks I'm going to say sports cards, but I would love to find, and I found these before, a big old tote of loose. I don't want new in the package because that's going to be too... Yeah, lube. That is it. No, I want loose...
It's frigging pouring out.
I want loose action figures, but like 80s. Like He-Man, Ninja
those
Turtles.
Are fun.
I love those. Like,
those
and they
fun.
Have like, you can find the accessories. Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You can sometimes get them from old grannies and stuff who are getting rid of their kids or grandkids.
You're really, I got that comment this week. You're always taking advantage of the elderly, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say about us.
The
We're always taking advantage of the
I
elderly.
always get told, yeah, you're pulling a Commonwealth
on...
picker, which is the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, how many 80-year-olds are getting on there to sell off their... I mean, there's a lot of resellers that are 80, but what is that?
Oh my gosh, dude.
This is what we got from Grams and Pops Vintage.
No,
I don't know. We can share the profits, guys. We've got the Thai American Trio from McDonald's. That's a Beanie Baby.
Okay, so
more McDonald's Beanie Babies.
$200.
McDonald's Beanie Baby.
$300.
Let's throw them on the ground here. McDonald's Beanie Baby. McDonald's Beanie Baby. McDonald's Beanie Baby. McDonald's
Thousands
Beanie Baby.
of dollars of value.
Crappy sports cards.
Nice.
Okay, we've got
in the rubber
Astros
band.
tops.
Classy.
In the rubber band. Yep. What year is
Keep 'em
this,
safe.
Gary? You can probably tell.
That's 1990 tops. Yeah.
Astros. Yep. We've got this Miesto. That one I might, put on whatnot.
That's not bad. You want to put that down.
A couple little Hot Wheels, and then we've got the Poodoo poop shooter.
Oh,
that
the
we got.
Poo shooter? Yeah.
We've of course got the Grams and Pops Vintage using the QR code sticker.
Yes, and see, they probably got that for me,
More Beanie Babies. Maybe that's my battery tester, and I think that's everything. I think Tina just put it in this other box of poly mailers. So, thank you, Grams and Pops Vintage. This is all trash, and we will turn it into cash.
Thanks. Put it all together in one lot. I found a McDonald's, another McDonald's Happy Meal. Halloween bucket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Grams and Pops also said this, Kevin, on the Patreon. They said, does the appearance of stock footage Kevin on the Reseller Clickbait podcast signify trouble at home? Will Kevin be staying with the show, or is he entertaining offers? That's a good question. You are cheating on us, after all.
That's true.
I wouldn't do. Well, that was they really stole it from you,
there.
Dave, more than me. I mean, it was your stock footage. Kevin was Dave's idea.
Are you guys paying attention to Rally Roots and his content?
So you know what? I almost looked it up because I saw something a couple weeks ago.
Someone asked a question about it.
Okay, so what's going on?
And I haven't been paying it. Well, okay, so Phil said, building on the Rally Roots video of the guy trying to take a hat, what are some similar experiences you have had in your reselling career? So, Carrie, tell us what happens in the video so I can actually have some context.
I think it's where he tried to buy a hat off somebody's head. It's probably what it is. Like where
No, it says a guy trying to take a hat.
Yeah, I think he had one and somebody tried to take it, I think. Anyway, I will say this, because I think that's what I got out of it. I've had people, like, right underneath me, like I'm looking at something and, like, I didn't have my hand on it per se.
I mean, in your eyes, everyone's underneath you, but
yeah that's true. That is true. So a normal
come on and just grab it right there from underneath you. I always ask if somebody's like even standing in front of something. I'll ask if I can, if they're right there. In
Usually,
front of
you just barge into people's houses unannounced. But I guess now you.
Okay, so his video, Ryan's video says he tried to grab it out of her hand. Estate sale nightmare, Dude's taking a lesson from the NC Picker book of titles.
Exactly.
He even put an emoji in the thumbnail. Like, I appreciate it. It's flattery when you. But anyways, so that must be what he's talking about. Someone tried to take a hat out of her hand.
Because Dave invented these type of videos.
I did. I've never copied anyone.
Why don't you copy
I've seen more
like everybody else?
Mine lately. I mean, I take some from other people. Don't get me wrong.
I tried to copy Julian's one that keeps getting a million views exactly, and it tanked to a 10. So I was like, yeah, never mind
You're
that.
not the first one to copy it.
That's the key, though.
Yeah,
you want everybody knows in garage sale content, you want an arrow, and I think we're going to get to the point where it's just an arrow, a giant arrow pointing to oblivion,
50
nowhere
arrows
and everywhere.
I think there's something to be said for trying to do something like if you look at mine. I try and do some different stuff. You got to mix in the old classics, but I had and I missed it. I changed it, and I regret it. I did one about the old hippie. I'm like, I bought. Let's see, garage sale hippie. I can't remember, Dave. You can look it up. It's today's video. And I
garage sale hippie touched my nipple. Is that this one?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, this isn't your website. Never mind.
Three more than you would expect.
But I should have said I bought his whole stash, and I said I bought his whole collection because he's talking about smoking weed. I mean, he clearly is high as a kite in the video.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what did good was the word cash, like cash, CACHE. That one did well for me. So I don't know. You never know. Anyway, well, this is not a YouTube thing, guys. We're not here to talk about YouTube.
Whatever we want to talk about, man.
Froggy responded to this one and thought it was brilliant, and it turned out not to be. But since Froggy thought it was, I thought it was brilliant. I titled a video "Garage Sale."
Oh, okay. I guess it wasn't that brilliant though. But anyways, I changed it back to my thumbnail, and now it's like a number 1. So. And I use the word alter in the thumbnail. So take that, everyone else. No one's thought of the word alter. I think that's a new one for a thumbnail. She tried to alter the price. Like, who's ever put that in a thumbnail?
Yeah. So did you go to the synonym finder for that one?
No, I didn't. So, okay. Phil said, Resell to Ride said, what is the weirdest or most controversial item you've ever sold online, any platform? The Kevin's bathwater sold pretty well for me.
That did.
The controversial part was me sneaking into his bathroom when he was taking a bath.
Carrie was taking DNA samples in my bathroom and collecting stuff to sell.
Yep. And I have your 23andMe ready, so if you want to know about your heritage, I'll be happy to share it.
There is no world where Carrie will tell you about a controversial item he sold. He does his best to never sell anything controversial. Like, he'll be like, Dave, can I sell this purse? Yeah. Why? Well, I heard someone owned a purse like this that was controversial. It's like, I don't know. Just sell the purse, Carrie.
Uncle Remus.
I've stopped even asking you because you give me such a hard time about everything.
I always just say, sell it, bro.
I got a long list. I'm not a wimp.
Yeah,
like
you
Carrie.
sold to Uncle Remus.
Uncle Remus.
I sold to Dr. Seuss.
You know, I've sold a couple of those. The band ones. I've sold the General Lee with the
Confederate flag.
I once.
What else?
I once sold a Smash Mouth CD and I regretted it. To be honest with you, nobody deserved it.
Yeah, because no one deserved the Smash. Hey, I want to know from the viewers. Comment down below. Most controversial.
Donald Trump dice.
Apparently, I sold the Donald Trump shirt and people got upset. Yeah, so I mean, there's all type. What's controversial is the real question. I mean, you never know.
The most controversial was the mink coat, and I didn't even sell it. I just bought fur.
Yeah,
I still have it. Now I'm like, do I want to sell it?
And Carrie, I would say Carrie's is the Beyond Burgers he's been selling. He's actually been buying them over at the local grocery, and he's shipping them through eBay.
Here's the thing about Beyond Burgers we need to talk about. It's just anything that's not a burger, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about. As long as it's not a
burger, you can sell it.
In Virginia, they don't even know what Beyond Burgers are.
That's just double. That's like a double meat.
Beyond Burger is like a vegetarian burger that they make that's supposed to be good. It's made out of like just chemicals.
It tastes just like hamburger if they were made of dirt and feces.
Chemicals.
I love my favorite is in Parks and Rec when they have that like burger battle where Chris Traeger like makes this crazy vegan burger with like 8,000 different spices and everyone's like, oh, this is pretty good. And then Ron Swanson rolls up and he's like, here, try this. And everyone tries it and he's like, it's meat with salt. And they're like, whoa, this is way better.
That's pretty.
No offense to the vegans. That show's good, man.
My wife.
Okay. Minnesota Flips just wrote Ryan Gosling. That was their whole entire question for us. It's got no context. It just says Ryan Gosling.
He was on the Mickey Mouse Club, the original from the 60s.
Okay. Jess B. Crafton, not really a question, but she said, can we allow Carrie to bring on a special guest so he doesn't have to look perplexed and sit in silence the whole show?
Do you know who Jess B. Crafton is?
Well, so I know Carrie's got an enemy inside him right now, and that's why he looks perplexed.
Yeah.
This is Jess B. Crafton's creation. This was her idea, and the whole wrestler theme. He's
holding up a sticker, guys. A sticker of an enemy to those who are listening.
It's the Animaniacs.
I'm telling you, you missed an opportunity this time of year. You should have done IRS. You should have done, what's his name?
Yeah.
That old wrestler named IRS.
It's Mike Rotundo.
Mike
Rotundo.
Of course you would know
my
that.
friends call me Dave Rotundo. Speaking of that, let's talk about the trash to cash reseller diet that we've all been on. So
I'm still.
If you're new here, guys, we've been trying to lose weight all year, and basically what's happened is everyone is kind of losing steam.
I lost 10 pounds and stopped. That's just all there is to it. Stopped. I got to
good,
get back on ball.
good.
Well, it was good, but I stopped. I haven't lost a pound. I've basically been the same for the last month.
Well, you kept it off. It's all about perspective, Kevin. You kept it off.
But you're getting
Don't
too
you
close
feel like,
to me,
Carrie?
Dave.
A lot of the people in the group have kind of lost their mojo.
There's a
their
lot of
momentum.
people who have just I don't even think if everybody's giving their weight.
So I
every
think
week
we
now.
should kick out I think we should kick out one person a week. That would motivate me. So whoever loses the least I think we need to do something because it's failing.
We may have had a person who lost 20 pounds and then gained 20 pounds in the
throw him
space of
under
3
the bus.
weeks.
That's true. It was,
His name starts with a D and ends with an Eric, I think.
Yeah.
And he'll listen to this too. He went down and he killed us all. I mean, the thing that still gets me is it was the day I was supposed to win for the most weight loss in February, and Kevin was gonna have to give me $50. He weighs in and loses 17 pounds in a day. And then it turns out the scale was busted. But we don't find that out until after I somehow lost my chance at this $50 gift card. And now no one got the gift card, and Kevin got off without spending any money at all.
I will put $50 down on for the hard way in Vegas for you, Dave.
Okay, that works for me. Yeah, I'd totally do that. $50 on the craps table. That's how Kevin. That's even better than a gift card because it could turn into $1 million, and then he'll be bitter at me for his whole life. It's gonna be awesome. You better put 50 for yourself too, just so we can both get rich.
I don't know how many topics you got or how many questions, but I got something.
I have one more. I have one more. Right, let's finish the Patreon. Finish it up. How do you say this, by the way? Susquehanna Picker?
Susquehanna
Picker said, "What is the most hysterical thing you've ever seen at a garage sale? Mine was a woman going over the rail on a tiny little gazelle exercise.
Tony Little Gazelle.
Yeah. Still almost pee my pants when I think about it. So I don't know what that is, but apparently someone went over the rail on one.
Tony Little. Google
Tony Little
Gazelle. He had very tight clothing, long hair. Wonderful.
Okay.
Kind of like Kevin back in the 80s.
I'll tell you what, this guy on this last video that I just posted was hilarious. He's
got to promote.
I didn't
his
believe.
video,
No,
guys.
it's what's coming to my mind, right? I'm sure I could come up with something, but this guy, first of all, I didn't bleep out one of his swear words, which whatever.
Ooh,
but
bought it all. That guy.
Yeah. And he's like, yo, Jimi Hendrix, dude, you got. I mean, he's just straight up he's completely high as a kite and just. And he's got the outfit on. And I'm like, holy moly, man, this dude is funny. That was funny. I mean, I don't know what the funniest thing is.
Okay. Do you delete your negative comments, or you just don't get nearly as many as me?
I will delete a negative comment if it attacks another commenter.
Here we go. I found a negative one.
Or if it's attacking somebody that's on my video in a really harsh way. Usually I let them stand if they're attacking me, unless it's like complete just nonsense.
Someone said, why did you disrespect that dude? And he ended up having the other piece, don't start, and if you don't know, don't assume.
What?
I don't even know what that
means. Is this in my video?
Yeah.
Oh, please. This is honest Tim. I'm giving Tim a bunch of crap, right?
Why are you disrespecting Tim?
Exactly. So he's got a salt and pepper shaker. It's a unicorn salt and pepper shaker. He's got one and not the other. I'm like, dude, don't you have both of them? Because he's got crap everywhere. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Flagrant disrespect.
And then he goes and finds it and brings it over. I'm like, sweet. Why'd you disrespect the guy? I'm like, it's like people can, Carrie can insult me like he does consistently.
What Kevin's trying to say is,
I would never insult you.
For content and views, and of course content and views means money, he will disrespect you on tape, is what Kevin's saying.
So, Carrie, what was your funniest thing at a yard sale?
I've been trying to think.
So keep thinking, and I'll tell you. So I was at a sale, and they were selling like the little baby toilet seat, right? Like the learning how to use the toilet. And like a little 3-year-old just drops his pants and starts pooping during the yard sale in his little, trainer toilet. And the parents like freaked out. They're like, "What are you doing?" They go and grab him and run him into the house. That was still one of the funniest for me.
That's pretty good.
What about you, Carrie?
I don't know, man. I have a terrible memory. I don't remember anything that I did
It's
this
all
morning.
the drugs.
It is. It's just too many
Amphetamines,
drugs.
is that what they're called?
Yeah, meth. That's why we went south. You went to Florida, I went to Vegas, both for the meth. And edit that out because it's fake. It's not real. It's not real.
I often
Then
do
why don't you edit it out?
when I'm looking at women's clothing, and people will always come, and I have people come up, you're looking at women's clothing, right? And then I go into the whole, don't you think it would look good on me, and start doing that thing and whatever.
Yeah.
You get some good reactions. It would.
Yeah, can you edit the podcast so we start with that story about him in the women's clothing?
Yeah, we can. We can. I mean, I spent all this time looking for a negative comment. I kind of want to try to find a negative one on mine now. Oh yeah. So someone did say, "OMG, we have all done that with someone's coffee cup." So in this video, I go up and this yard sale has like nothing, right? But they've got this like vintage, I think it was like a Looney Tunes or something coffee mug or Disney coffee mug. And so I go and I pick it up, and of course, it's got the person's coffee in it when I turn it to look at the bottom. Like, we've all done that, right? Like, you go and pick up someone's coffee mug. It's the coolest thing at sale, and you just dump out their coffee. Kayla's done it. Yep, a lot of people have done that.
I've never done that. So, sunny Las Vegas, I'd pick Kevin for the zombie apocalypse. I have a feeling he has a green thumb, and if he talks to the veggies the way he talks to the items, he's better than Miracle Grow. Hashtag organic Kevin. So, there you go.
How do you purchase an NC Picker t-shirt is a question on my NC Picker video. That never comes up in Kevin's videos because he's got QR codes every 3 minutes. Like, buy your t-shirt here, buy your t-shirt here.
That's how he does it, though. He's all like, look at this amazing $1,000 find. And as he's picking it up on screen, a QR code's there. And he actually didn't find anything. It's smoke and mirrors.
It's just a QR code.
It's just
all right, so Kevin, what were your questions? You said you had some questions.
Well, it wasn't a question. It was interesting to me that because we're talking about overhead and people and being real resellers, and then I'm watching a bunch of people how they're doing reselling. They got like 6 employees and they got whatever, and I'm like, man, the overhead here. I mean, how you got to do this? And then I saw Pete, who I love to watch his videos too.
Heard of him.
Craigslist Hunter, and he did a video and how much it costs to run his shop a month. How much do you think it costs to run his shop in expenses? A month.
In expenses including rent?
Employees, rent, electric, utilities,
I'd say,
etc.
$15,000, $15,000.
I would say...
Well, probably cheaper because he's not like in Vegas.
Let's see. I was thinking higher. I was thinking like 23 or something.
$25,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah.
$15,000 in employees, $5,000 in rent, and $3,500 in utilities, and then miscellaneous $1,500.
3,500 in utilities.
Yeah. Chicago. I mean, he's outside Chicago. Yeah. I mean, it's it's not like it's cheap to heat that place. So and I know people. There's people that have a gym, and I'm like, how much you pay to heat this thing? It's thousands of dollars.
In my latest video, Kevin, this is something I don't think you've ever done. I rode a bike. I was riding a bike in a picker video.
Oh, I have seen, speaking of funny things, I have seen the Amish, the Mennonite, actually come to sales on bikes just all over the place. But all right.
Yeah.
So why are you riding? You're riding a bike from sale to sale?
No. I went to a sale and they had a Trek bike for $25 or something like that. It might have been even down to 15 or something, but it was cheap. And I've been looking for a bike to ride with my kids,
resale,
and I bought it. But I had to test it, so I just was riding it around with my GoPro on in the video. What did Art of Resale do?
Yeah, he
better content than you. Yes.
Yes. No. 100%. Mario Kart. He was riding around.
That's right.
Mario.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
We should do that. It'd be good. The little funny things. You'd think there's a place for that kind of stuff out there. Obviously, Art's doing stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I've got a couple ideas I'm going to try this year. The whole. I don't do the video from beginning to end garage sale kind of thing, themed video. Very often, but I think I'm going to do 2 themed garage sale videos, but I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'm going to try that this year, see if they work. They might not work, but they might.
I think there's definitely an angle like for a Halloween garage sale where you go and then there's like spooky stuff happening, like a zombie chases you, kooky stuff. I think you can make that work. Not you, but somebody else.
Not you, but somebody else. Hey, I got another question. Stock photos. I was listening to Gravity Goods and I noticed Daily Cabbage, Sarah. They have like stock photo, or they have like watermarks on their photos. Like, I understand it kind of a little bit if you're selling postcards.
Oh, like their own logo, you mean?
Yeah, like on their eBay pictures or on Instagram or whatever. So I'm trying to think, what's the advantage? You don't want people like stealing the image and reproducing it.
Yeah,
I guess. So have you seen?
Or like, I mean, we could just ask her. I know she's watching probably. She
Oh, yeah,
watches
she's watching,
specifically
yeah.
for me, not for you.
Yeah.
Just saying, she's a big fan of mine.
So speaking of, I mentioned the fact that she should be on the. She should be
on this show.
No, she should be on the Let's Do Lunch podcast, and
she's on there.
She appeared, just like that.
Yeah. So it's good that they took the hint. Somehow Ken and Jimmy still have taken no hints from us, and they're still only putting fake Kevin,
stock footage Kevin.
Not actually.
They didn't even put a
anyone
watermark
good.
over me.
Yeah, I should have put a watermark over your face, right? Or like a face tat or something like that. I still think they need a third on that show, Jimmy. Come on, make it happen. I did raid Jimmy, by the way. I raided him on Whatnot.
Oh, nice. Are we doing...
actually, before we talk Vegas, I need to say this too, because I got to get my shameless plug for our Patreon. I am now going into Patreon before my Whatnots, and I'm saying, hey, I'm about to do Whatnot. If you're on when I'm done, I can try to raid you.
Oh,
and so it's another benefit of being on the Patreon, is you might get raided by me.
We started this Patreon with the idea there would be no benefits. Now there are benefits.
Yep.
There's benefits. There's benefits in having a close relationship with us. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Dave's
like
developing
Rams and Pops Vintage getting you to mention their show 4 times.
By them sending crappy Beanie Babies.
That's right.
They also sent a disturbing letter that I'm not going to read on.
I'm getting so much stuff on my Flipper channel. I can't keep up with it, and I feel like it's bringing down the videos a little bit. I'm getting like 10, 15 things a week.
Spend your money on me, not Kevin.
Yeah.
Send it my way.
If it's VHS sealed, send it. Send it.
No,
I've got boxes of it coming in. It's crazy.
And you don't care if it's worth $1. You want it.
Oh no, I sift through. I might only take 10%.
Are you going to grade any for your personal collection?
I already have. Well,
okay, because Rod was telling me, Rod is all about grading these things, keeping them for your collection. So I mean, dude, maybe I should get D3 graded just because it'd be fun. How much would it cost? $60.
65 maybe now.
Dude, totally. He said I could send it in with one of his shipments.
Well, there you go.
So that might save me a little. I don't know.
It's going to save you the shipping cost.
Yeah, I mean, so he dropped his first video with me in it, and it's good stuff, guys. Check out Picking and Punching. That's my little.
He's gonna do a video up here with us. We're gonna do a VHS video. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be way better than the Auction Professor's VHS video. That's the goal.
He sucks.
I didn't say
that.
That's
what Kevin said. Yeah, Kevin did mention that.
He did an Auction VHS video. Got hundreds of thousands of views.
He's great then. He's great.
No, I didn't say that.
He sucks. I don't know. Well, you tell me. How do I feel about him, Kevin?
I'm just shooting to put out a better video than he put out. That's all I'm trying to shoot.
So he makes mediocre content. Is what you're saying?
No, I'm just. It's it's not entirely accurate. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Look at this crazy mouse I got, by the way.
Oh, I thought you had an actual mouse.
This is a vertical mouse. It's a vertical mouse. You guys should check this out.
Are you from the future?
I like it. It's much more ergonomic, if I had to say, one word for it.
I studied that in school, ergonometry.
All right, sale of the week. We have to talk about our sale of the week. Carrie, what you got? Is it a card and was it $1?
Yeah, give me a second. Why not? And you guys go first.
Oh, sale of the week.
Yeah, I figured with you it would literally be a $1 card.
No, you could let me sift through.
Dave's excited about this. He used to ignore talking about reselling. Now he's like, I am a reseller.
Dude, just since the show started, I sold a $50 item. So
wow,
good,
man. I need to do this with my shop. I'm still like,
I sold
kind of fun.
I'll go. We sold a
200,
vintage
400,
Nesco tin metal picnic basket, retro for $40.
What did you say?
A vintage Nesco, which is the brand. Of course, most pickers know Nesco.
Yeah.
Tin metal picnic basket. Red, black, yellow, plaid, box, retro.
How big is that?
It's a picnic basket. I can't.
It's a full-size picnic basket.
Yeah,
okay, I didn't know if it was like a
with you, and you put food in it, and it sold for $40.
Hey, boo boo. Full of Yogi call out.
Oh man, I sold a club head cover for $36. Look how cool.
That is actually pretty cool. Carrie's showing as a picnic basket. It's cool. I actually did buy a bunch of golf clubs this weekend because I've got to find $15 plus items, and those are everywhere, and I can't ignore them anymore.
No.
That's how it's changing my sourcing. Is the stuff I used to be like, I don't want to sell that, and instead I go to the plush bin. I'm like, screw the plush bin. I'm gonna go to the golf clubs. So it's actually changing the whole way I source, which is really interesting.
And so you had to take some time and look some stuff up because you don't know anything about them, right?
No, they were $1 for pings. I figured I'd be fine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was like, I'm not too worried about it.
I don't think you'd recognize.
I wouldn't have even looked at them. I wouldn't have even looked at them a year ago. That's the difference. I probably would have
Eric
recognized
still
Pin,
talks
but I
about
wouldn't have
going
looked
on a trip with you, and he's like, man, between Dave and his kid, they're out there buying everything, and there would have been nothing to buy. I'm so happy he knew nothing about golf clubs.
for 'em. I know. Well, no, it's. I mean, pings. I got them for $1 a piece. I got some Titleist, which is the hat you wear all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
For $1 a piece. One of them was worth. Was it a TaylorMade or a Titleist? That was worth $89 for one that I paid $1 for. It was like
hat?
some. No. It was a club.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
A club. Oh, so here's the question: how do you ship those? Like, because it seems like it's $20 now on UPS.
So depends on which one. If you're getting a driver, it's gonna be a little harder. But I like the Supply Hut, supplyhut.com. Trash number 2 cash, 5% off. 48-inch ones, but you can't get a lot of them.
48 by what?
48 by 4x4.
48 by 4x4.
So you can't get a driver in there. You can't even get 3-woods in there. You could get some utility ones and whatever. But I like to use it. Dave. You got 8 million golf courses down there. Literally, they're everywhere. Yeah. Find the closest one to you, and just go there, and they will have boxes and just take 15, 20 home with you.
Yeah, don't even ask.
And just have them there. Yeah, definitely.
Just steal them.
That's right.
I got it.
Chris says. Better to ask forgiveness
so
than
Kevin,
permission.
did you find your sale of the week?
Looks like and Dave, you know what I'm looking at? I'm just scrolling down here, and I got a bunch of sales for the week and the weekend, and I'm like, how many of them are $15 or more? And I'd say less than half are $15 or more. So maybe I need to really, I've always done 10 or more lately.
The real eye-opener, Kevin, was when I sorted like my store, and I had it show me only stuff over $15, and it was only like 20% of my items.
Yeah.
20% of my items, and I had 2,500 items on there.
I bought a set of catcher's gear a couple weeks ago, and with my buddy Joey, and I bought it I think for $40, $50, and I parted it out just the gear, and then the gloves sold separately. So 155 plus shipping for the gear, 155 for the gear, 29 plus shipping for the glove. It wasn't a bad little flip. I don't know, Carrie, would you spend 40 to turn it into 180?
Yeah.
No, is that
well,
not
no,
enough?
then the 40 would be tied up for so long.
Yeah.
For
40's a lot.
days.
Give me a break, guys. 40's a lot different than $800. Okay, I'm not living in a mansion in the middle of nowhere, Virginia, guys. I have bills.
In the middle of nowhere, Virginia.
Why do I?
Now he's getting
this?
personally
I feel
attacky.
like-
Look at him.
I feel like my reputation is just drugged through the mud everywhere, and I keep coming back.
I love you guys
for more.
both. You know it. Stop it.
I sold my empty Game Boy Advance box. That's my sale of the week,
How much?
right?
Oh, you sold it.
Well,
I didn't know you sold
I'm
it.
excited.
I took an offer for $550, and they never paid. So it sort of sold. But since then, I also had an offer at that same time from a viewer for $500. But I decided to not take the viewer offer because, like, I didn't want people to think, oh, he just conflated the value and sold it to a viewer. Like, I kind of liked the idea that it was going to sell to a collector, and then that person never paid. And they did message me finally and say they're having issues with their cards. They like really want the item, the $550 offer, but they might need to cancel because they can't get the payment to go through.
Conflation is really high right now too. I've heard that. Stuff.
Is that even a word?
Conflate is a word. Yes.
Yeah, it is a word.
Yes, conflate is a word. It's
Conflation's a word too.
Something.
The merging of two or more sets of information. Yeah, I don't know if it's the right word, but it's a word. Anyways, but I got an offer on Instagram as well for $500 that I might just take because then there's like no eBay fees.
Yeah.
So I might just go that route.
Okay, so that is from a viewer.
That's from a viewer. Yeah,
dude,
I'm probably just gonna do it.
Of
just
course.
be done with it.
Of
Like,
course.
yeah. I mean, I just $500 for a case I paid $5.
Matter
for,
of fact, why don't you do
why
this?
not?
Why don't you do it for $450 since you're not paying the fees? And then
they offered $550, and so I said I'll do $500 and just get rid of the fees. And then I also sold a camera for $175 and a wireless headphone thing for $189. I sold a train for $139. I sold a Pokemon game for $115. It's like a crazy week, man.
Man, I'm gonna have to.
It's really interesting, Kevin. I mean,
it's normally me on here with good sales, and now I'm like, man.
It's really interesting. I sold some Fenton for $75, $85,
is that
$69,
where, is
$59.
Is that what you call it where you're at, Fenton?
So now, if
Fenton.
only talking about drugs. So
yeah, it was a light drug reference. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed it.
You feel like you can quit your job now? Like you're gonna make way more money. I mean, you're gonna make doing it this way. This is like Uncle Steve's method, right? He looks at me like, "Why would you sell something for $25?" I mean, that's basically the way he looks at it.
Yeah,
what's really the cool part, and this is the part that a lot of resellers will get turned off by when I say this, but I think that the whatnot side of it really, really helps. that you have all this stuff that's under $15 that you can so quickly just move on Whatnot for $4, $5, $6. You pay like 75 cents for these items, and you sell them for $5 the next day. Like that adds up too. So you take that, you know, $500-$600 every time you do an auction. You do maybe $300 to $600 every time you do an auction, right? To be realistic, and then you do another, you know, $700 on eBay every 2 days. Like that starts to become a real serious amount of money when you start to do it like that. Now
It
you can't
almost
necessarily
can
always
support
have the inventory.
Dave's theme park
Lavish
habit.
lifestyle. Yeah, my lavish Universal Studios lifestyle. That's the problem. Is like my theme park addiction is really expensive.
I can
Just gonna
imagine.
have to find
I need to go to Busch Gardens.
a slightly more economical theme park to go on. Like I'm sure there's
Fun
like,
Spot Orlando. I mean,
exactly.
I might die.
I'm sure
but I
there's
guess
some
I could go there.
alligator infested theme park in the backwoods there in the Everglades that you guys would enjoy equally.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know, but no, it's been an interesting experiment. I the coolest thing I think about it has been the way I source. Like that's the biggest benefit I think is just a complete shift in my sourcing. Like I would not have gotten this train buy if I wasn't focused on $15 plus items. And like I said, I'm going to make like $3,000 on this train buy. And I would have just been like, oh, that's too expensive. I don't even want to think of that. Look, there's a bag of plush, right? Like that's the way I was sourcing. But going there and saying, I need to find items I can list on eBay. Trains. I know most trains from Lionel with a box are going to be worth $15 plus, right? The vast majority are. Not all of them. I think I found 8 that weren't. How many? 9 out of 87.
And so what are you
weren't.
doing? Are you lotting them up?
I lotted those up as a mega auction, 9 trains, $75 starting price, and we'll see. I think they'll get to $100 basically. And then everything else got individually listed for $15 plus. So like, but I wouldn't have done that deal. I would have been so focused on these smalls, like sports card stuff, you know, like plush sports cards, that sort of small, low dollar
The
item.
cards are going to get even worse for me now because I just got a scanner, man, today, like a super nice card
did you?
scanner. So I'm gonna
For free?
Yeah.
You shill. You shill. Are you required to say the name of the scanner company?
Oh, Card Dealer Pro collects. No, but they're super cool. I mentioned it because they wanted to work with me and I wanted to work with them. I'm like, just get me a scanner so I can do my job better.
Wow.
They hooked it
They're
up.
like, would you please mention this in minute 91?
I don't know if the demo
Please.
for the card stuff is here, but yeah. I will
Did
mention it
you?
elsewhere.
Did you? Is that what they call slab scanning? Is that similar?
could-
Or what is
So
slab
this is like
scanning?
slab scanning is the same thing. So like this is the
Okay.
top of the line scanner. So I could put a PSA graded slab. I could put a card in a top loader and penny sleeves or raw. I can do all of them in this, and it'll do I think.
And it just takes a
100
photo of it
100 a minute,
basically?
front and back, 100 a minute.
Okay. But you have to load them all in? Like, how does that work?
They don't
You have to open
magically
it, put one
transport
in,
there.
open
You
it.
have to put them in there. Yeah.
It's not like an assembly line.
They
where
need
you
one
just,
of
like,
these
throw
for
'em
your
in and
if I
it's
was-
VHS
like-
day.
If I was Kevin,
Yeah,
I would
they
have
want
somebody
these.
else put them in there. But me, yes, I have
To be
do it.
honest, dude, by the time this auction goes live, I will probably have sold all those VHS because I think I'm doing a DVD auction tomorrow night. I think I'll just make it a DVD.
So
and
my
VHS
wife said
auction.
today, she's like, me and Rain can do these whatnots, and Bub's girlfriend, we can do the whatnot. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'm gonna.
Tina
go.
is a crowd pleaser. When she goes on there, stuff sells for more. I literally held up an item and I said, Tina loves this movie. It was Matilda. I said, so make sure you spend a lot on it. And I think it went up to like 4 times the price of everything else because Tina loves it. So
No,
like,
zero
the ladies are
ethics there,
crowd
just-
pleasers. Yeah. Well, she wanted to keep it if it didn't sell for a lot. There was a whole battle.
All right, we're getting late here, but we got to talk about Vegas for just a second here. So
Okay.
you've got this thing jam packed. Like we're gonna go. Can I like make video? I can't make a video at the bins, right, Carrie?
Yes,
They
you
won't
can.
let you know. They will physically
Not at
tackle
the
you.
Goodwill bins. Not at the Goodwill bins, but if you want to go to the Walmart bin section, you can make
Here's
a video
the
there.
thing: you guys might be
sell
able to get
bins.
away with it, but you're gonna be hanging out with me, and they watch me like a hawk. They're always watching
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
If I even touch my
I'm
phone,
just gonna
I'm
get
kidding.
Dave. Will you go topless and like go on the other side over there, and then I'll
Totally.
be videoing over here, and then I'll get away with it.
So were you wearing a chest mount in there, Carrie?
Yeah, and then I switched to just my phone to be more conspicuous, which is also a fancy word. And
that's
they
a
caught
big
me
word.
doing that as well. So it's just, and it's not so much the people, it's the other. It's not so much the Goodwill employees. It's the kids, like the T-shirt kids that are. Anytime you try, they will just be like, "Stop filming!" Stop, and they just draw attention to you.
Can you do
They're
me a
very-
favor? point them out to me, and I'm just gonna walk up to them and start filming them with my phone, like just right in their faces.
And then I'm gonna film Dave getting
make sure
beat
I
up,
can
and
never
I'll
return
have
Dave.
Well, no, they wouldn't. I mean, I'm not gonna publish it. I'm literally just gonna annoy them.
It
Be
won't
like, yeah,
even
this is
be
for my
on.
personal
Yeah,
collection.
they will probably kick you out right away if you do that. So you'll just be
Even if
outside
I
the
don't hit
bins.
record.
I guess.
So I wonder why these young kids don't. Why these kids don't want anybody recording.
It's the whole idea of, it's the whole, like, I've been doing reselling so long, I know there's no scarcity in stuff to sell. There's plenty of stuff to sell. And I feel like a lot of these newer resellers are in there thinking, and they're only looking for one specific thing, vintage.
I find the stuff that everybody and people are pulling out of these bins out west and places, and I want to go there. I'm like, dang, are these really Carrie? Like, you're sourcing 10 times better stuff than you were the crap you were finding 2 years ago on these videos. I'm like, how does this dude make it? Well, it's true.
No, it's true though. You're right.
I'm like,
no,
dang,
it is true.
And
The bins are pretty solid. I mean, if I went every day, which I don't, we would find a ton of grails every week. That's for sure.
Do you have to spend like a lot of time though? I mean,
no. I mean,
like actually digging.
Nah, like actually digging.
Couple hours.
A couple hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Of actual digging. It's not that bad. I mean, we could go in and out in an hour and fill a cart probably, or most.
All right, so we're gonna go to the bins. We're gonna go to see how Carrie does this. If you go to the Vegas meetup,
yeah. Dawn
then
does
after
the
that, we're
digging
gonna
and I
grab
watch.
some in and out. Yeah, we're gonna grab some in and out, and then we've got free time Friday afternoon, which is where I think we should do the awkward family photo shoot. But you know, that's up to you guys. And then Friday night, we're gonna go hang out with people. I assume everyone's gonna kind of split up Friday night for dinner and kind of do their own thing.
Yeah, I do have my shift at Thunder Down Under,
like that.
but that doesn't start till
midnight.
midnight.
But then we said, like, just an open invitation for Friday night. We'll just go down to, like, Fremont Street, hang out, you know, just basically hang out.
Avoid getting stabbed. That's the main point of Fremont
watch
Street.
Kevin blow money at the craps table,
Yeah,
just you know,
watch
stuff
him,
like that. Avoid getting stabbed, all that sort of stuff.
Whatever bill is above 100, that's what Kevin's going to be throwing down.
Yep.
What is it, like 5,000? I don't know.
110, I think, is the next bill up. The $110 bill. So, and then Saturday afternoon, we will do the live Whatnot auction. So you guys actually can watch that. You can tune in to the Whatnot. We'll do it on Carrie's channel, and we'll all like start a stream on ours and send you over there. And then we'll all be doing a live stream, kind of trash to cash live type thing on Whatnot. Saturday afternoon. What is that? April 22nd or something like that? I don't know the exact date.
I think
somewhere
so.
around there.
It's the 22nd.
And then Saturday night we do a big dinner and like last hurrah. And then Sunday morning at the crack of dawn I fly out. When do you fly out, Kevin?
I have no idea. My
Sunday
wife.
or
Monday morning, I think.
Monday, yeah, okay.
I think, or no, maybe it's Sunday night, like at 11:30 at night. I think
that should be fun though. So we
fun.
will potentially have one show we miss. So next week we'll probably record 2 shows, and that will get us kind of halfway there. But as far as the third show, maybe we'll go live on Fremont Street or something. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on to this channel. Maybe we'll do a live from the streets. That'd be kind of fun.
Bags of Money style.
Yeah, Mikey Bonnet Bags of Money style. And also, you know, I'm going to be there the Friday of the 13th or whatever, or 12th, something like that. And Mikey is going to do a live on his channel, Carrie. And me and him are going to probably walk Vegas if you want to come to that the week before. We'll go live on Mikey's
that
channel.
Soon? Like in a week and a half?
Yeah.
I may or may not be in Utah at that time. I'm not sure yet, but I'll be back.
That's fine. I didn't really want you to come. I just felt like I had to invite you. But it's also possible I'll have a work thing and I won't be able to show up. And I told Mikey, I'm like a 60% I'll be there. Carrie's all sad now. I feel a little guilty. This has been Trash to Cash Podcast, episode 80. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.